So page 6, number 1 right here. You have a fraction equals another fraction. So remember the easiest way, cross multiply and then divide. So 4 times x is 4x. 7 times negative 8 is negative 56. Divided by 4, so you get negative 14. Number 2. Maximum of 2 people can sit on each bench. So again, the each tells you that this is your slope. So 2n plus 8. Box plot. Yesterday's assignment, I saw some people did not draw me a box for a box plot. So that's a problem, okay? I should see a box in a box plot. What is the difference between the maximum and the median? So your median here is 17, maximum is 33. So when you subtract, you get 16. I think this was the same question as the other. Number 4. Between number 6 and 7, there are infinite many real numbers. So decimals, 6.1528728 1 something like that, right? So there's infinite number of real numbers between them. Real numbers, you can think of it as like decimals. Number 5. So a cube has 4 centimeters. So when you do volume, it's 4 times 4 times 4. So you get 64. The side length of cube B is triple of that. So it's 12 times 12 times 12. Okay, how many times greater it is? On EQAO, you will see this type of questions where they ask you how many times greater. So you divide between those two. Okay, whenever they say how many times greater, you divide to figure out the ratio. So it's 27 times more. Okay. And notice right here, when it says the side length is triple, you can't just triple this. You have to triple each of the sides. So be careful with that. Number 6. This is one similar to your thing yesterday. Alright, your assignment yesterday.
Oh, I knew I was like
that. Good. Okay, you're comparing 2 towns. So double bar graph, Ivy.
double bar graph, right?
Alright. A histogram is like a single bar graph. Alright. Alright. Number 7 right here. Approximately how long will it take for it to double its initial value? So it started at 5,000, initial value of 5,000. You want it double, so 10,000. How long will it take to get to 10,000? At around 7 years. Okay. Number 8. So you have this equation right here. What's your slope? What's your slope? Negative 3 over 2. And what's your y-intercept? 0, right? See, negative 3 over 2x plus 0, right? So your y-intercept is 0 right here. So in other words, 0, 3. Okay. Remember translation, whenever it moves up, down, it's talking about your y-intercept, your b value. Okay. Number 9. So a boot length. How long is a boot length? Think of it as your feet. Look at your feet. Okay, that's a boot length. So if it's 32 centimeters and each is 3.5 meters, be careful right here. One is in meter, one is in centimeter. So convert this to, what's the connection again between centimeters and meters? 100, right? So when you times that, you have 350. So when you divide it, that's about 11 boots. Okay. Number 10, which of the expense would prioritize? Okay, so do you rather have flowers for your garden or food for your stomach? Okay, so yes, so hopefully in the future you will choose food. Right now you might choose the flower or video, but eventually, yeah, don't eat that disc. Number 11. The temperature drops for every drops 4 Celsius for every 1,000 meters. So if you just do a table or just count count backwards. So from 27 to 21 to 17, that's 2 drops. So 2,000 meters. Okay. Exponent rules. So bed mass, remember exponents first. So 3 cubed is 27, 3 squared is 9, multiply, and then subtract, and then you'll get 45. Can you do all this on your calculator? Yeah, you can just do all this on your calculator without showing any steps because it's a multiple choice question. If this was on the final exam, would you have to show work? Yes. But if it's again a multiple choice question, then no, just use your calculator. Let your calculator think. Okay. Sorry. Which one? 8. Question 8. It was this one. Yeah. Okay. Number 13. Okay, number 13, you're given a graph and you have an intersection point. So remember, intersection point is like break even. Anything less than that, option 1 is cheaper. Anything more than that, option 2 is cheaper because the line is lower. So then for here, option 1 is more cheaper for 7th visit. 14. Carl invested 100 in a savings account that earns interest. Which change would earn him more money in a savings account? So again, you have to read the question carefully, whether it's a savings account or if you're borrowing money. Since it's saving, you want the interest in your favor. So you want to increase. Okay? So those 14 questions, how long should it take you?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
As much time as you need.
Or as much time as you need. Perfect. Thank you, Rashad. Okay. And then on the computer, remember EQAO, you're going to click submit. And then you're going to say, are you ready for stage 2? And then you click yes. And then it will show you the next 14 questions. Yes, you can go back to your questions. Yeah. So do make sure, like if it flags you, especially if it flags you and say you did not answer like question 5, 8, 7, 10, you better not click submit. You better go back to your questions. Right. Number 15 right here, algebra. So we talked about it. You will definitely see algebra questions on the exam, especially on the exam. Maybe word problems from the exam. Most common word problem that you'll see on the exam is like the perimeter and area questions where it gives you a polynomial. Okay. So distribute, 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 distribute. Don't forget negative 3x. So when you multiply it, it changes the sign. Okay. And then collect like term. Collect, collect. You get that. Okay. Something to keep note of. Okay. What is x plus x? 2x. What is x squared plus x squared? 2x squared. What is x times x? X squared, right? What is x times x squared? X cubed. And what is x plus 2? What is x plus x squared? You can't because they're not like terms, so it's just that. Okay. Write this down. It will help you make sure you don't mix it up. Right. If you can remember this, you can solve any algebra question. Right? Because it tells you when to collect like terms, when to add the exponents, when to leave it as this. All right, so copy it down, take a picture. It will help. Okay, I'll give you guys a second. Okay, number 16. So this question is tricky. Will you see something like this? Possibly in the final exam. So Sam has X number of trading cards, so that's X right there. Alicia has double the number of cards, so it's 2x. And she also has 20 more, so 2x plus 20. Farid has triple the number of cards as Alicia, so put this in bracket and then times it by 3. Total, they have 350 cards, so you have to do x plus 2x plus 20 plus 3 times 2x plus 20 equals 50. Okay. a lot of time, people miss this first x right here. They forget about Sam. Right? So don't forget about Sam. You have 3 people, so you should have 3 polynomials. Right? And then when you group like terms, you'll see that you have D right there. All right, number 17. Yes, it's the same question. So making sure you guys know that this is 90 degrees. What is this angle called again? And in a circle, this is the angle. In a circle property, starts with the I. Inscribed angle. What is this angle called? Central angle. Yes. Do you need to know those terms for the exam? No. Yes. Okay. Those are hints for you guys. Okay. You need to know those terms. Central angle, inscribed angle. Okay. Don't forget, like there will be other diagrams where you have to remember acute angle, obtuse angle, alternate angles, corresponding angles. Yep, for the exam, those ones. Okay, so you have to know the terms for those as well. And also like chord, tangent, diameter, radius, all those terms. Right? A store owner wants to know which flavor of juice has the highest number of sales. Oh, where have we seen this question? Okay. The exact same question. Maybe. So, see, that's why before the assignment, I gave you guys time to start on this package, so that you actually had some practice. I actually gave you some hints on some of the questions. Okay, which graph shows the most appropriate line of best fit for the data? So yesterday somebody did ask me, is it is it this one or this one? So notice this one, it goes through 4 points or 5 points right here. This one actually doesn't touch any point. Which one is it? It's this one. It has to be through the middle of everything. Okay. This one, even though it goes through 4 points, but what about these 4, right? So it's this one right here. Does your line of best fit have to start at 0? No. Does it have to go through the last point? No. Alright, so it doesn't have to start at 0, it doesn't have to go to the last point, it doesn't have to go through any point. As long as it follows the trend and goes through most of the points. Or close to the points. Okay, this coding question. Okay, so let's say you input the number pi. Okay, is pi an integer? Is pi an integer? Oh, you guys are scaring me. No, okay. It shouldn't have taken so long. So pi is not an integer. What is pi? Irrational. Thank you. Okay, so since it's not, then it's gonna go through this part right here. So it's gonna say between 2.14 and 3.14, what is the integer in between? And the integer in between them is 3. Okay. 21. So C equals 60t plus 30. So the 60t, the 60 is your per, the 30 is your fixed. So there you go. Right. Number 22. Okay, don't forget. Will you see these? Will you see this type of question on the test, on the exam? Yes. All right. Just like what I said yesterday or the day before, you will see a question like this on the exam. What is that? Chapter 1. Okay. Number says, change it to a improper fraction. Change this into an improper fraction. Multiply the top. Multiply the bottom. And then, is this a good enough final answer? No. Not just simplify, but change it back to a mix. So divided in long division, it goes in 7 times with a remainder 13. So you have 7 whole and 13 over 20. All right. You will see a question like this on the final exam. Okay, number 23. Okay, and then answering for the 1000 time, you will have the formulas on the exam and on EQAO. Okay, so hopefully nobody asked me on the 1001 time. You have a diameter, diameter. Do any of the formulas use diameter? No, all of them use radius. So that means you have to do half of it, which is 10. When you sub it in, you'll find out is this one. All right, so you will have the formula. It's just a matter of substitution. Okay, and the last page. Number 24, $1.25 for each topic. So that's your slope. There you go. So 1.25n. Now, can I rewrite this? Is this the exact same thing as this? Okay, who says yes? What did I do? I changed the order. Yes, it's the same. Doesn't matter the order as long as it's 1.25n. Alright, that's the key part right here. Alright. And then last one. Which equation is not an equation of a line? Alright, so this right here, because of the exponent, I know that it's not a linear equation. Okay. If I were to graph this, what would I see? What's y equals x squared? If I were to graph this graph, what do you call that? What would you call not a line? A curve, right? Okay, so if you graph this, you'll see a curve. Right? In grade 10, actually, grade 10, this is all you do for the whole course. You do this. What type of curve are these called? There's a particular name. Ishan, do you know the name of this graph? Starts with a P. Parabola. Right. Okay. So in grade 10, all you do is parabola. Grade 9, all you do are lines. Okay. So right here though, y equals 3 square. I just said that anything with a square is a curve. What about this one? Is this a curve or a line? It's still a line because 3 square is just 9, so you get a horizontal line. Okay. So it's an exponent on a variable. Okay, so you guys worked up till page 10 on Tuesday. How long should this have taken you? 1 hour. 1 hour, or as much time as you need. Thank you. Okay, so but in terms of timing, then you know, if it took you like 2 hours to do these 25 questions, then it means that you don't know your material well enough. You might need to do a few more practice. Okay, but if you know your material well, you should be able to finish in an hour. But if you need a little bit more processing time, that's totally fine. Okay, so continue working on the package over the weekend. You should be up to page page 19. Okay, finish up to and including page 19. Okay, and then on Monday we'll take up some more pages. How much did you get right? Well, good question. There were 25 questions, right? Yeah. I'm wondering why there was a. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So there were 25 questions. Yes, there should have been 27. So if I want to, what's the passing percentage again? 70. How do I do 70% of 25? But how do I do it on the calculator? 70% of 25. 0.7 times 25. So if you got more than 18 of those correct, you pass. Yay. All right, if you didn't, it's okay. We'll keep practicing. All right.